Hello viewers and welcome to our daily bulletin. Up next are the headlines as usual. Party Central Committee Secretariat meets retired officials in Ho Chi Minh City. Project helps Central Highlands people escape from poverty. Hai Phong's village is well known for carved wooden statues. On August 14, the Party Central Committee Secretariat held a meeting with retired officials in Ho Chi Minh City. Party General Secretary Nguyen attended the event. During the meeting, Politburo member and permanent member of the Party Central Committee Secretariat, Linh Thế Huỳnh, reported on key developments in the country since the 12th National Party Congress. Retired senior officials were also informed of important domestic and international issues, including the East Sea issue and the pollution incident caused by the Taiwanese invested Formosa plant in the central province of Hà Tĩnh. Concluding the meeting, Party General Secretary Nguyen affirmed the entire party, army and people's determination to defend independence and national sovereignty, along with ensuring political stability and peace for national development in a rapid and sustainable manner. He said difficulties remain ahead and this requires greater efforts by the entire party, army and people, including former party and state officials. He expressed his wish that these retired senior officials will contribute to make a greater contribution to bringing the 12th Party Congress resolution into life. The Vietnam National Oil and Gas Group reported it earned $11.3 billion in revenue in the first 7 months of this year. The group tapped 10.32 million tons of crude oil and brought ashore 6.56 billion cubic meters of gas in the first 7 months, including 1.41 million tons of crude oil and 910 million cubic meters of gas in July. The group refined 3.96 million tons of petrol and oil in the first 7 months, with 584,400 tons in July itself. The group said it expects to achieve its targets in production and business for this year, despite the reduction in crude oil prices in the world market. To achieve its targets, the group would give priority to highly efficient projects and would review all factors affecting crude oil and gas output this year. More than 5,000 students and youths participated in a walk in Ho Chi Minh City on August 14 to raise money for scholarship funds in support for disadvantaged students. The event was part of the 10th Volunteers Festival held by the Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Union, the Students' Association, and the Vietnam Youth Federation of the city. The program's objective was to call on donors to send money to the scholarship fund of the Tuổi Trẻ newspaper and another of the municipal support center that are intended to help disadvantaged students continue their learning. On the day, the organizing board of the program presented 40 scholarships to poor students and learning tools to students in outlying districts. Poor residents in the Central Highlands province of Gia Lai have been benefited from a poverty reduction project which has been implemented in the locality over the last 2 years. Notably, measures to improve the livelihoods and living conditions for poor locals, especially those from ethnic minority groups, in the period proven effective, making it easy for the locals to promote sustainable production and improving their living conditions. Statistics of the local authorities revealed that the number of households benefited from the project rose to 6,000 in mid-2016 compared to 2,000 households in 2015. Locals have been assisted in expanding cultivation of traditional crops such as hybrid corn and rice and sugarcane, as well as others like ginger and green bean. Beginning from 2014, the 5-year project on poverty reduction for the Central Highland region is being implemented with a total investment of $165 million sourced from the World Bank. It aims to better living standards through improving livelihood in poor communes. Infrastructure facilities in the locality have been upgraded and developed towards serving production. The project also focuses on helping local residents get access to public services while training managers at all levels to be able to perform the project well. According to the Provincial Department of Planning and Investment, the project helped poor residents, especially ethnic minority people, escape from poverty as they have been provided with knowledge and ways of doing business. In the coming time, campaigns will be held to call for the participation of more households in the project. Located 30 kilometers from the center of the northern port city of Hải Phòng, Bảo Hà village in Vĩnh Bảo district has long been well known for its carved wooden statues. Join us to visit the 500-year-old carved village. The story about the crafts founder Nguyen has been widespread among local people. In the 15th century, after serving hard labor for the Chinese feudal regime, Nguyen returned to his native land and taught the villagers techniques to sculpt statues. Legend has it that the statue of Nguyen, which is being kept in the village's Ka temple until now, was made by himself.
The craft has been preserved for 500 years, and this has been one of the main sources of income for local people since then.
In the village, 184 out of 973 households specialize in carving wooden statues. To complete a product, artisans have to experience various stages, from selecting the wood, carving the statue, and then painting it in red lacquer, trimmed with gold. The end product shows the artisans' skills and creativity, and how close this work is to their daily life. One of their masterpieces is the statue of King Linh Lang. Thanks to the combination of techniques of carving and puppet making, the statue can stand up and sit down. Apart from statues for worshipping, the artisans also carve portraits of normal people. The 70-year-old Do Văn Bường is among a few artisans in the village who are able to carve portraits. Each statue made by him reflects the spirit of the people being portrayed. The veteran artisan can't remember how many portrait statues he has made. However, one of his worries is how to teach the craft to next generations.
It has been my career for years. However, not many young people want to learn to make portrait statues, as they think it doesn't generate enough income for their life.
The statues carved by Bảo Hà villagers have reached out to many other places. For the local residents, the craft is not just for business, it is their pride and their tradition, and so we can be sure that their love for the traditional craft will last forever. A total of 65,776 Vietnamese people went abroad to work in the first 7 months of this year, more in the following report. With the figure, the country made 65.78% of the target set for this year. In July alone, 11,645 guest workers, including 4,154 women, were contracted to work overseas. China's Taiwan, Japan, and the Republic of Korea remained the 3 biggest employers of Vietnamese workers. During the month, Taiwan welcomed more than 6,000 Vietnamese guest workers. Last year, approximately 116,000 laborers were sent abroad to work. The Mekong Delta province of Kiên aims to build 1,420 kilometers of roads in rural areas with a total investment of $63.9 million. Developing transport infrastructure is one of the criteria of the National Program on New Style Rural Building, which was initiated by the government since 2010. According to the Kiên Department of Transport, the local rural road is 7,084 kilometers. All communes in the mainland have roads concreted. Between 2011 and 2015, authorities injected more than $88.2 million into building, upgrading, and expanding 2,370 kilometers of roads, raising the total length of reinforced roads to 4,258 kilometers. The locality is carrying out a number of transport projects and strives to put into use 380 kilometers of roads in 2016. The improved transport system has facilitated local traveling and agricultural production, thus contributing to local sustainable poverty reduction strategy, as well as reducing gaps between rural and urban areas. If you think museums are boring, think again and give the Vietnamese Women's Museum a try. Many foreign visitors have been impressed, with several describing the museum as a must-see destination in the capital city of Hanoi. The Vietnamese Women's Museum is located on Lý Thường Kiệt Street, just 500 meters from Hoàn Kiếm Lake and the Old Quarter. Covering 2,000 square meters, the museum displays more than 25,000 documents and objects curated to reflect different aspects of Vietnamese women's life and their roles in history, family, and fashion. The four-story building is arranged like a history book. Visitors can enjoy exhibited items as they walk through each page of the book.
We heard a lot about this museum, so today we come to see how interesting it is.
In this museum, stories about Vietnamese women are told on various topics, such as marriage rituals and customs, childbirth, family life, and wartime memories. Recently, the museum began to use a modern audio system that offers guiding in Vietnamese, English, and French.
When you travel, you can buy it, and so we heard about that, and also by some forum on the internet. And so we thought it was interesting to see and to come and see what's in the museum. What is also interesting is to see the practical materials, and we can imagine what are really the practical life of the woman.
In 2012, the Vietnamese Women's Museum was ranked one of the best attractions in Hanoi by TripAdvisor. In 2013, the popular tourist website continued to include the museum in its top 25 interesting museums in Asia. TripAdvisor described the museum to its readers as worth a visit, touching stories. And that has come to the end of our program. Thank you for joining us. I'll see you next time.